first do that we have is have your dog on a leash unless they're in the fenced area of the dog parks. Second, pick up after your dog. No excuses. Bring a baggie just in case. Not all parks have doggy baggies. Third, visit the dog parks. Countryside Quail Run, and coming soon, Eastmark. Fourth, bring water for your dog. Fifth, have fun. The parks are here for your enjoyment. Just be courteous and a responsible pet owner. Now moving on to the don'ts. Don't leave your dog unattended or unleashed. Don't leave behind your dog's mess. Your dog equals your mess. Don't let your dogs get into fights or become aggressive. A responsible pet owner always keeps an eye on their dogs. This includes once they're free inside the dog park. Don't take your dog onto the playground or any play structure of the park. Remember, dogs have bare feet, so don't let them walk on hot asphalt on hot days for too long. And please remember these do's and don'ts when you bring your dogs to the park.
As you know, the city and the entire community has worked hard to revitalize the downtown area. And we want to ensure that momentum doesn't fade in these difficult times. And one of the strengths of our community in Mesa is the ability to join together and to create ideas and events.
For the businesses to, one, get some patrons and just to get some new energy and new life built in. And then also for us to hopefully find a way for people to connect with each other using the arts and creativity as a way to do that. So we came up with this Together in the Desert in person.
First thing that we have come together is our Wednesdays Mesa Family Takeout Night. So by going to visit Mesa.com, you can find a link there to the Mesa Family Takeout Night, and there's a list of participating restaurants in the Feed 4 for $44 or less. That same night, and you can find the link through visitmesa.com. You can join the Mesa Arts and Culture Institutions for a video to make art together, to become part of
Can't be with other people.
To open it up. That's turned into a donation center where customers can just come in through that front door and leave supplies throughout the week. We have a Venmo account that we set up. It's Navajo Nation 2020. So you can donate cash, which is very welcome. And we put that towards gas money. And we've had to do some vehicle rentals when we didn't have enough trucks to drive up there. And also in the days leading up to our trips up north, we kind of figure out what we have less of, and we're able to go out and buy those supplies. Lending a helping hand, service, helping someone who's down and out, strangers, friends, family members. It's kind of just how we grew up, and I think it's very much, the fabric of Mesa.
Today we are serving our public by providing holds to them. We're calling our service the Park and Pickup Service. When our library card holders get an email or text notification that they have a hold waiting for them, they can come to their home branch on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Park in one of our designated spaces, call the number, and staff inside will check the books out to them, bag them up, and then put them in their trunk, and away you go. DVDs, audiobooks, anything that you can check out, physical items, you can place a hold on them, and then we'll check them out to you and deliver them to your car. This has been really popular. In just 6 days, we've checked out almost 3,000 items between the 3 locations. So we do see, we'll probably, if we do a soft open, it'll probably be limited hours. So we see this possibly continuing even after we open. This is a response to, how can we serve our customer in a different way, because our world has all changed. So this is a response to that. And we're glad that people really want to check out books and read books, or listen to audiobooks, or watch a DVD, and that they're willing to come to our facility so that we can provide for them.
Feeding Mesa is preparing meals through Personal Touch Catering here in the kitchen at the Mesa Convention Center to provide meals to our agencies of Plaza de Cristo, St. Vincent de Paul, many of our other nonprofits that provide meals to those who are hungry.
It's a 5-day-a-week operation. We are making 1,000 meals a day, 4 days a week, and then there's preparation and packaging. So staff is here 5 days a week for this operation. So we're distributing 4,000 meals a week through this.
We are Mesa. This is what we do. This is why I joined this a long time ago, and Mesa cares.
These guys are awesome. You know, a lot of them don't work in the kitchen. There's only a couple that have had kitchen experience. It's like the second nature. I mean, we did a small dry run last week. We did smaller meals. They just picked it up like that, and they're having fun, and you know, they're doing it for a great cause too.
So we have reallocated staff to different responsibilities, and some of those include being here in the kitchen, cooking and preparing food. So yeah, I'm very proud of the staff and how much they've stepped up and taken on different responsibilities.
And this is one example how we can efficiently and quickly reach our populations, our residents that need the most help.
Here in Arizona, there was over 150 blood drives canceled because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Recognizing that, Civil Air Patrol stepped up and host these blood drives. So as other organizations like schools are closed and businesses are closed, the Civil Air Patrol said, hey, you know, we have space, we have the ability, and we have the members to support this.
It was a natural thing when we stood up what became known as Operation Pulse Lift 3 years ago, and we started using our facility as a blood donation center for collecting blood for the Red Cross.
I've donated a few times before, so I just thought it'd be a good thing to do. I think it's just a small way that you can help out and give back, because right now there's not a lot we can do just staying at home and stuff, so this is just an easy way that I feel like I can help my community out.
We've seen people step up. We've seen the community step up. The public has been amazing. So they've donated a lot of blood, but here we are going into June and here we are going into July. So we're going to see that dip again, and we're going to be asking the public to come back out. So the need is always constant. Well, there's a number of ways you can support the American Red Cross, and that is by going on to redcrossblood.org and scheduling a blood appointment. We ask people at this time to really not show up as a walk-in appointment, because that social distancing starts with your phone or your computer. If you can schedule an appointment, that means you can spend less time here at the donation site, and that's better. We also ask people to donate the American Red Cross financially or with their time. It'd be a volunteer. We have volunteers here today that are helping keep this process running smoothly and allow the phlebotomists to do their jobs collecting blood.
The City of Mesa is concerned about our residents and businesses and how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting you, your family, or business. We have started an initiative called Mesa Cares with the intent of assessing our community needs to better understand the impact of this crisis and how we can help. We want to hear from you, from your neighbors, and from your organization. If you receive a call or email from a Mesa Cares representative, please share the impact and challenges you or your organization is facing. Do not give out any personal data, including bank or credit card information. We will not be asking for that type of information. We've also implemented the Mesa Cares Community Resources Call Center, a one-stop shop for businesses and residents to get information and referrals to appropriate services. They can be reached at 480-644-CARE. Working together, we will get through these challenging times, and we will move forward because Mesa cares. For more information about Mesa Cares, go to www.mesaaz.gov/Mesa Cares.
During these uncertain and unprecedented times, it's easy to get down, anxious, and stressed out about everything going on. We understand. So in an effort to uplift and encourage our community, we have launched Inspire Mesa, a campaign to accentuate the positive things that continue to happen in Mesa. Here's how it works. When you see neighbors, friends, family, faith-based organizations, nonprofits, heck, anyone doing anything kind, compassionate or caring, post a picture or tell a story on social media using the hashtag InspireMesa. We have also created a webpage with exercise videos, including Transform with Chris and Heidi Powell, a 10-minute news brief from The Newsworthy with Erica Mandy, music videos from Mesa's own Rob Gardner and the Cinematic Pop Symphony and Choir, activities, games, meditations from ASU, and oh so much more. Go to mesaaz.gov/InspireMesa to access all of these great resources. And don't forget to tell us your story with hashtag InspireMesa.
We were closed for just under 8 weeks. We depleted just about all of our business savings to keep the bills going while we were closed. So it was a little stressful.
And as a small business, you don't have deep pockets. This is urgent. And the city being able to step in with this program in order for them to sustain the welfare of their business and the welfare of our community. So it was very critical that we keep our city, our downtown, our small businesses going.
So when I heard that they wanted to help us,
added the stability. The technical assistance provides the resiliency. And in this dramatic shift of the economy and trying to keep up with your business, you need to be strategic. And we give them the tools, the skills in order to modify their business to be more resilient.
I thought the technical assistant was
those staffs really are under a lot of stress, and so helping to feed those staff right now is doing a lot of good.
And what they're doing day in and day out, they don't have sometimes the support around their family because they have to distance themselves. They're working grueling hours. The stress is overwhelming. To let them know we're there with them, thinking of them and supporting them in every way we can. And this is one of the ways we can, is to have that wonderful, nice meal out of the ordinary by one of our local restaurants.
Cooked off some corned beef and made corned beef sandwiches with the chef's coleslaw on it, and all the sauces to go with the salad dressing and on the sandwich, and then we created salads as well, and then packaged all that up. A situation that affects just about everyone in our community, and everyone's able to give something somewhere somehow. We're glad to be able to do that through food services.
It's to help small businesses that have been closed by executive order. They're open again because they're preparing food. And so it's good for the economy, but it's also good for flattening the curve because it's helping us to keep our at-risk senior population well cared for. The folks that are taking care of them, we're giving them some assistance so that they don't have to leave and that they can stay there and take care of that vulnerable population.
Hi everyone, Ranger Burton here with the City of Mesa Park Rangers. I'm going to go over a few how-tos, do's and don'ts within the City of Mesa in regards to our community fishing waters. We want to make sure we get the proper fishing license in regards to which waterway you're going to be fishing at. As far as the youth go, anyone from 10 to 17, it's $5 for any fishing license. For the general.
Hey, thanks for meeting me today.
No problem.
I'm really nervous. I don't know how I'm going to pay for college. Can you help me at all?
Have you filled out the FAFSA yet?
No, what's that?
It's the free application for federal student aid.
What can FAFSA do for me?
You can get grants, which is money you don't have to pay back, and student loans.
Cool, okay, so it's going to help me pay for college.
Yeah.
Is it hard to do?
No, it's really easy. You can do it online.
Well, I'm kind of afraid that my parents make too much money.
You have to fill it out to apply for college, and it's free, so there's no downside.
Oh, okay. Thanks for helping me out. I'm going to go fill it out right now.
Good luck.
It was just totally unexpected. I didn't know how we were going to survive through all this. And it's just like it was a hand from somebody we didn't know that it was help. I mean, we pay our taxes. We're trying to make a business here in Mesa. We didn't know we could get this kind of help. So when they offered it, it was just a big surprise, a big, very nice big surprise.
The Small Business Assistance Program that we have under the Mesa Cares program, and the first round of that was grants to businesses to help them with things like utilities and rent payments. And so there's been a lot of very deserving businesses that we've been able to help through this direct grant program to help with necessities like utilities and rent.
We didn't qualify for the small business loan because we were just open, so we really didn't have any payroll. It was me and my dad working, and then some friends coming in to help us, so we didn't qualify for it. And then there was a light when Mesa offered a grant, and we applied for it, and it was a big relief that we did qualify for it.
Smart government to get engaged and to help these businesses to make sure that they're going to be here on the end of this downturn in the economy tied to the pandemic.
I mean, we can't do this by ourselves, and this is help that we didn't know existed. A lot of people don't believe in it. I'm part of it. I mean, the reason this place is surviving is because of the help that Mesa is giving us. So thank you for that, Mesa.
When the COVID-19 pandemic started, they closed down our physical library branches. Because we were shut down, we were no longer utilizing our 3D printers. We had staff who could research and find out how to make face shields with 3D printers. 7 days a week, we were in the think spot printing on not only the 2 printers at Red Mountain, but we brought over our main library printers. And we even ordered a 5th 3D printer to mass produce these as much as we can.
Each one roughly takes around an hour. A day, I could probably get easily a little over close to 20.
Our fire department is roughly between 400 and 500.
Do it without your help.
Arriving on scene out front. Go ahead and call for spot.
Hey there, can you tell me why the cops are here?
We have officers responding to an incident in the area. The officer will contact you when they are clear.
Oh, thanks, I see him.
We'll train you on how to become an officer.
It's not just about fighting crime. We know when to have fun, too. Catch. Bring it in.
In fact, there are a lot of things to join about our community.
On 10 different sites makes a huge difference. Just the benefit of having the space, the amenities, the copy room, and then on top of it, you've got all the entrepreneurs and people in here that are working together to try to find some common way to work together, as well as doing their own individual thing. So I've met a lot of people here as well that I've actually gotten a couple of jobs out of just meeting the people here. And that right there, you know, the networking has been huge. So yeah, a lot of things that it's helped me with, and I look forward to the next 9 months or year of what's coming, because now that I see what's available and we start using it, it's becoming more and more apparent of what we can do.
Epidemic has impacted members of the community we've never served before. These are educated, our educators, police officers.
My AC went out, so I came to them. I'm gonna cry because they helped me with my AC. I now have AC, and they paid my electric bill for me. And I mean, I just can't thank them enough, because I thank God they were here and had the funding to do what they did to help me with the needs I had.
There are families who are interested in assistance, financial assistance for rental assistance, a weatherization package, and or utilities can walk in and inquire. The packages for utility assistance have already been prepackaged. So in the lobby, there is against the wall, are you seeking utility assistance? Take this package. But they can still come and speak to our administrative assistant and ask questions.
There is a lot of proud people. I used to be one of those proud people. I'll figure out a way to do it. But as a great-grandmother raising 3 grandbabies, you have to let that pride go and get help where you can get help. And I do thank God that this place is here to help when there's people like me that need it. And it's a whole different story when you're not alone and you do have.
They're hurting. Some of them have already gone weeks without utilities, without water when they come. Here's what we tell them: no judgment. We're here to serve. We're here to help. What else can we help you with?
Hi everyone, Ranger Burton here with the City of Mesa Park Rangers. I'm going to go over a few how-tos, do's and don'ts within the City of Mesa in regards to our community fishing waters. Generalized rules that will include maps to each individual site that will give you location to the restrooms, the lake depth, the bag limits or catch limits, and where you can park within the facility. Next thing is going to be safety before, during, and after fishing. Obviously, we want to wear the proper gear. You want to make sure you have closed-toed shoes, maybe a hat on. We want to bring enough water and sunblock out, take care of the heat. We want to make sure that we station ourselves far enough away from other anglers so that you can be safe within your casting, as well as giving courtesy and distance. Remember guys, come out, have fun, enjoy our waters, be safe.
Want to figure out how much water you should use? It's easy with the new Know Your H2O water calculator. Step 1. Tell us a little about your household and property. Step 2. The calculator will estimate how much water you need and show you where your water is going. Step 3. Use the recommended resources, tools, and tips to help you use water wisely and save money. Start saving water today.
problems. The ones most people don't have the stomach for. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. In unforgiving neighborhoods, in struggling communities, and in seemingly docile suburbs. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround the community's most critical problems. And we fight. Mesa United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in this community. Because change doesn't happen alone. Hope isn't a one-man band, and there is no such thing as self-taught or self-made. We have one life to live better. We must live united.
Construction to widen the Loop 101 between Baseline and the Loop 202 Santan is underway. Closures are scheduled mostly during overnight hours and on weekends. Construction is scheduled to be completed in late spring of 2020. Minimize delays by subscribing to ADOT traffic alerts. Just go to azdot.gov/price freeway improvements, click on subscribe for updates, and enter your email address. That's it. You'll begin receiving alerts in your inbox. Stay informed with www.az511.gov.
For years, Mesa Parks Recreation and Community Facilities has worked hard to provide spaces and places for people of all ages, of all abilities, regardless.
These 20 miles of light rail will move us from the East Valley to the West Valley, connecting people, campuses, and communities. And those 20 miles are serving as a new economic engine, a quiet, non-polluting economic engine, igniting investment and development that will be felt across the valley and throughout the state.
The light rail and First and Students Baptist Church have become great partners. One, in being good stewards of God's creation, but also enabling us to use it to reach people all over this valley. And it has brought new life and diversity to this community.
I prefer not to drive my car just because just sustainability and just environmentally friendly. I prefer to take the light rail when I can. I think it's very convenient. More people are going to move here. The freeways aren't going to get less crowded. They're just going to get more crowded. So you might as well start doing it now.
I've been dreaming about first place for more than 20 years. It was 25 years ago that our son, Matthew, was diagnosed with autism. And at that time, we were told to love, accept, and plan to institutionalize him. And I went to some of those places that adults with autism and other special needs lived. And I ran away as fast as I possibly could. And one of the most important criteria for our location and all locations is access to transportation. How do you get to that big world and that big life outside of the home where you live? And so our specific location here at 3rd Street in Catalina was because of the light rail and access to public transit.
Housing partners and apartments for staff and students and faculty can all be along the light rail. So it gives us a backbone to build and conceptualize around.
My
hope is that light rail, as it moves forward, becomes expanded, that it continues to weave around and connect different communities, that it becomes linked with other modal forms of transportation, that there are on-demand driver services or autonomous vehicle services that are then connected to light rail. You know, you could in theory get off at a light rail station and then there might be an autonomous vehicle to take you somewhere else. All of those things then allow from that backbone, you know, a very significant transportation infrastructure to be expanded, deployed, modernized, all those things.
Congratulations, happy birthday, light rail.
Congratulations to the light rail for your 10th anniversary.
Congratulations, Valley Metro Rail, for the last 10 years.
Light rail, 10 years old. I mean, man, you're almost getting ready to go to middle school.
We'll be celebrating 50 years from now.
The Arizona Department of Revenue has located to the City of Mesa Customer Service Center at 55 North Center Street. Business owners can now stop by to pay their taxes, apply for new licenses, and have general transaction privilege tax questions answered. Hours of operation are from Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Friday from 8 a.m. to noon. Stop by and visit us at 55 North Center Street in downtown Mesa, or online at aztaxes.gov. Nearly 100 high school students participated in Hacktivate Mesa this past January. Teams analyzed data provided by Mesa's open data system to tackle community issues such as public safety, recycling, and homelessness. Some of the ideas generated are being implemented, and past sponsors are eager to see the results.
I think it really helps us learn more about the community. You know, we work directly with the city and the police department, but this involves the citizens, and so it was really nice to see the young kids looking into data and maybe finding a career path out of participating in an event like this.
Well, this allows us to see that we are more than what we're told we are, because a lot of times you're like, oh, well, you're a teenager. You are not going to do anything right now. You're not old enough. You can't do this yet. And we can. We can make such a big difference in our community because we have a newer perspective than what's been shown in the current climate.
This is a great partnership between the city and the schools and the business community that brings together some really talented, smart young people. The city and the schools to make Hacktivate Mesa a great program and another huge success this year.
Past winners were from Mesa and Red Mountain High School. The best overall analysis was on the topic of health and safety in our community from the Red Mountain STEM team. To learn more about this program or to get involved, visit hacktivatemesa.org or call 480-644-2495.
To help stop the spread of respiratory diseases like the coronavirus, please avoid contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw it away. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay at home when you are sick, except to get medical care. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19.
One of the needs in the community that was expressed is that food banks are actually lacking those non-perishable goods, canned goods, nutritious foods As a city, we're going to do canned food drives, a weekly canned food drive in each district over the next 12 weeks. So we're starting this Saturday with Red Mountain Center, which is May 2nd, and then we'll be moving to every Wednesday at a different district and move it around, and encouraging individuals to do a drive-through, drop off canned goods and support, and then we'll be bringing them to the food banks each week.
We are most in need is just some of the non-perishable food items that we put into these emergency family food boxes. And some of that food is, cereals and soups and pastas, things of that sort. We've seen a significant decline in the actual food that is available for us. So we normally get all of our food for free, and we give it all away for free. But right now, we're in a point of having to actually purchase food.
We're seeing more and more people just from the general community that have never been in this situation before. And so we really just wanted to be able to give back to the community and support that initiative. So being able to have those resources in our staff to give to those agencies has been, kind of what Mesa is all about, in supporting our community and supporting Mesa. All of our resources, all of the information is at mesaaz.gov/Mesa Cares, and there's information for food on there, so you could find all the food banks, a map of where we're supporting all of these agencies and where the food distribution sites are, and then there'll be information listed about where the canned food drives are.
Untrimmed landscaping is inconvenient and a hazard for you and large service vehicles. Overgrown trees make it difficult for city vehicles to get their job done. To 14 feet over a street and 8 feet over sidewalks. Please help keep our roadways clear by trimming all trees and shrubs. For more information, please call 480-644-2160.
COVID came at us, and we, literally had to reevaluate what we were going to do. Most everybody that works here is family, and many of them rely 100%. This is 100% of the income that they get. It's a tremendous amount of pressure. They took all of the dining room out, and for a bakery, you kind of need people to walk in the front door to be able to kind of shop with their eyes and their stomachs. And when that went down, it was pretty hard for us to kind of reinvent ourselves to do things to keep busy. We heard about the help with the rent and the help with the utilities. This time of year it's always tough, but then to have
COVID on top of that,
restrictions,
then it was
and
like,
all of that,
oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
We started the program to help support small businesses. Obviously during these tough economic times and COVID affecting everything, we were able to help stimulate our local small business economy and help them pay with rent, different fixed costs that they have every single month.
Really, the bulk of our economy is directly tied to small business. So we need to be very aware of that and very engaged, and those are the businesses that really are the most at risk during an economic downturn.
And so to have something like this,
The support from the city.
yeah, something like this was like a breath of fresh air.
It gives us pride in having a business and owning a business in Mesa.
Using a comparative microscope, did they come from the same gun? Serial number restoration. Is a serial number obliterated? We may be able to get that back. Distance determination. How far was the muzzle of the gun from the target when it was fired? NIBIN. Preliminary entry of fired casings for possible leads to other scenes. Tool marks. Scratches or cuts made on one object by another object. Function testing. This evaluation determines if a firearm functions in a safe and normal manner. This is an in-depth examination and will include such things as trigger pull, safety function, mechanical issues, etc. bullet cartridge case examinations. Components collected from shooting scenes such as fired cartridge cases and fired bullets can be compared to each other and to collected firearms to determine a common source. Answering the question, were these bullets or cases fired from this gun? Or were these bullets or cases fired from one gun? And chemical means to determine how far away the muzzle of a firearm was from the target. It is also possible to use a shotgun spread pattern to determine distance in situations where a shotgun was used. NIBIN Test Fire and NIBIN Entry. This is a screening tool in which fired cartridge cases, both test-fired and from the scene, are entered into a database and are searched against other cartridge cases previously entered from other agencies. Tool marks. Anywhere a tool was used and left a mark, this method can be used. We can compare the marks left by a tool to the tool itself for a common source.
Hi, I'm Lori, and I'm a mentor with the Mesa K Ready program. Our program helps you get your 4-year-old kindergarten ready. We look forward to working with you. We have lots of different resources to assist you, from use of a tablet with interactive educational games to open labs where your child can work on their skills necessary to start kindergarten. We look forward to working with you and your whole family in this next step in your education process.
The response throughout this pandemic has really been very heartwarming and very fun to see. Typically, we've been at events like this where there's long lines of cars and they pump their brakes and we fill their trunks with food. We got the opposite going on today, where cars are showing up and they're contributing food.
We are accepting food donations for the Mesa Care program. We know there are many families here in Mesa that are experiencing food insecurity. This is a way that the city of Mesa can assist many of those families here in the city that are in need. And we hope that we have many people donating food items to this wonderful program. Appreciate that City of Mesa has taken up this initiative to launch the Mesa Care program. It's very, very important during this pandemic. We need to be able to support our residents, and this is our city's efforts in trying to provide support, relief, and security to many of these individuals that are currently suffering as a result of the pandemic.
This pandemic has been about protecting our physical health and doing what we can to slow the spread of the virus, but it's also taken a toll on our mental and emotional health. And so events like this that give us an opportunity to do positive things.
The wildlife, and you cast within a proper distance of other people. So after we're done fishing, let's make sure to clean up after ourselves. Let's make sure to use all of the trash cans. We do utilize these black tubes that help with collecting all of your unwanted tangled line, lures, hooks. You can utilize those to dispose of those. Lastly, if we see any suspicious activity around the lakes, we want to go ahead and contact Arizona Game and Fish and report any suspicious activity. Remember guys, come out, have fun, enjoy our waters, be safe.
A lot of these families rely on us for a safe environment for their children and rely on us for their food. And we took a significant hit in the enrollment. We did shut down for a couple weeks.
You know, the Small Business Emergent Act has allowed businesses to apply for federal funding that we received. That allowed us to immediately start a process in reaching out to the business community and say, hey, we're going to deliver these platforms and get the money out to businesses.
We are stunned, you know, and relieved. We were so relieved. It provided us with a lot of cushion. We were under a lot of stress. You know, this is our income. This is our life. We weren't flailing, but we were in a panic, in the calm panic, and it really helped us, you know, keep our traction, keep our heads. And I'm so proud that we're able to keep all of our employees employed.
We just want to make businesses be successful during a difficult time and know that the city is behind you, that we're willing to work with you because we support you.
I am astonished by how generous, and I mean, so much support from the city. It's really lovely.
thing that's unique about us is that City of Mesa and Midwest Food Bank take care of all the statistical information that's needed. So by the time the food gets to House of Refuge, all we ask is that you drive up, we put the food in your car, and you can drive away. We don't need any kind of information. So we're encouraging people, no matter who you are, if you're hungry, if your family is in need, come on out and get a food box.
Well, it has put a pretty big damper on, the lifestyle that we're used to. So, and with the organizations helping out, it has been really a good ordeal.
There was a lot of people that were furloughed. There was a lot of people that were just let go as businesses were closing. And the need is great, and people are. It hit at such an inopportune time, right? The market was really doing great, and so as we start to recover, needs like this are out there to help people make it through the hard times until they can get back on their feet and get back to work and become sustainable again. So that's why we're here.
We're here. These food boxes have about 3 to 4 meals in them. We want to make sure that they get into your car, into your home, because if you are in need, we want to make sure that you have those.
My mother used to say a long time ago, whenever there would be any catastrophe that was on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. Because if you
experienced kids or first-timers wanting to try new sports. Focuses on enjoyment and balance in sports. The goals are learning new skills, gaining self-confidence, and building a lifelong love of physical activity.
Really, this food is charitable food for people who have been recently unemployed, who are having problems financially. However, now we have a lot of recent unemployed. I mean, people from all walks of life that are coming. We would rather you come get some food assistance and spend your money paying your rent, paying utility bills, and taking care of other people around you.
Pre-COVID-19, United Food Bank on this typical event was serving 500 to 550 families. Since the pandemic's ensued, every week we're serving nearly 2,300 families and more. Every Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and every Friday from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. we're offering food distribution in partnership with the United Food Bank. This is their Help Yourself Friday program that they were doing at one of their locations. Late March, they moved this to the convention center based on the need. We've decided to kind of spread out the time a little bit so it's not a mad rush and you don't have to be there at a certain time to ensure that you get food. So people still stay in their cars in the air conditioning, drive up, we'll do the intake and the registration, pop their trunk, put the food in their trunk, and they drive off. And anytime you're there between those hours on those given days, there'll be food available for you.
We have food. We can do this probably most of the summer. As long as our supply chain continues to deliver our warehouse, we will deliver to the people of Mesa down to the last can.
During my time with the City of Mesa, the positive coaching program has really led us to have good practices and great games. And the kids respect each other, the kids have a great time, and the coaches know how to lead the kids and have a good time and have a positive experience.
After my first season, I got hooked.
As the sport evolves, so do the kids, and I really like to see them from first practice to last game kind of grow.
It's fun to watch them learn and grow from what you're teaching and just watch their progress. The culture and environment at the games are awesome. Everyone's very positive and cheering each other on.
It creates for a real good environment because we rather know that we're here for the kids.
Being a coach in City of Mesa is an incredible opportunity because not only do they offer us top-of-the-line practice facilities,
they provide training for the refs, training for the coach.
To give us all the resources we need and at any time to call and to talk with them if we're struggling with a parent, if we're struggling with an idea.
That helps me become a better coach, hopefully teach these kids the game the right way.
Those kids, maybe 20 years from now, they're going to come back and coach. They're going to be positive influences in the community, and the wins really didn't matter. It's being positive and providing them structure as they pick a lifetime sport.
But in the end, you realize you bought way too much. And that value that you were expecting may no longer exist, and now you have a lot of leftover material. That's where the concept of right buying comes in. Basically, that means buying just the right amount of product that you need for your project. This is especially important when it comes to household hazardous materials such as paint, pesticides, tile grout, sealers, and any other hazardous items you may find in your home. By buying just the right amount of product that you need, you don't have to worry about what to do with any leftover material. It's good for the planet and for your wallet. For more information about right buying, visit mesarecycles.org.
What do you do if somebody has a heart attack? You have to call 911 immediately. While you wait, you need to start hands-only CPR. Make sure he's on a hard, flat surface. Check for breathing. He's not breathing. Find the center of his chest. Put the heel of one hand on the center of the chest. Interlace your fingers. Lock your elbows. Push down hard and fast. Make sure you push down at least 2 inches.
Hello, Mesa Fire Medical.
Right here! The Mesa Fire and Medical Department's goal is to be at your door in 4 minutes or less to help with your medical emergency.
IV established, epi on board.
Shocking, I'm clear, everybody clear. 1, 2, 3, shocking now. Check the rhythm, and no missing is
Patient has a normal sinus rhythm. We're going to take him to the hospital. He's going to be okay.
Your Mesa Fire and Medical Department paramedics are here for your emergency.
I grew up in Mesa and I learned to swim at Roundeville Pool. When I first walked into the tunnel, I noticed that as you walk down the ramp, it gets cooler. And so it kind of triggered the thought in me that it could be like a swimming pool. On one end of the tunnel, you come in from this very manicured, beautiful urban park area, and at the other side, you go out into sort of a wild area, the Rio Salado area. I want people to sort of take away the contrast between those two things. When it's public art, my art always involves the site and the area and the people that live or work around the area. So in this particular piece, I was able to use some of the birds and some of the foliage that grows around the area. And I hope people in all of my work take away the idea that we do live in an area where we have beautiful nature, different kinds all around us. To do something in Mesa where I grew up, and also to do something with paint in an exterior situation, which is something that I hadn't done in public art yet. For an exterior piece that it has the protection in the tunnel from sun, also that it has sort of a surrounding effect. It can be on both sides of you, and for me that was unusual. But also, I like that it's part of a transit situation, so it involves pedestrians, bicyclists, skateboarders. The design process probably took about, I would say, 2 weeks as I worked on it on the computer and came to the site to look at the site and try to figure it out. But the painting and the tile work has taken about 2 months. Just the idea that nature's all around us and that it's an important part of what makes it a good place to live.
So today we're having a camp food drive here in District 3, the Dobson Ranch Golf Course. We've asked residents here in Mesa to donate any canned food or non-perishable items to go back to our Mesa Cares program that we're giving out food boxes and other items to our residents that are in need of food. We've been doing this for the last month and a half, over 6 tons, what I've heard. We were encouraged.
Before heading out for some fun at one of Mesa's many playgrounds, remember these 5 simple tips to play it safe. Remain within sight and sound of your children playing. Choose a playground with age-appropriate equipment for your child. Be mindful of weather conditions, as equipment may be slippery from the rain or hot from the sun. Plus, don't forget the sunscreen. Always play during park hours. While playing, wear appropriate footwear. Parks and playgrounds for all ages and abilities. Have fun and play it safe.
So you look at the fires 30 or 40 years ago, and it used to be 20 minutes from the time the fire started to the time you needed to exit your house. Now they're saying with the modern furnishings that it's about 4 minutes. The biggest danger of a house fire is going to be the smoke from the fire. And when you look at today's furniture, it's pretty much all made from plastics. And that smoke will contain things like toluene, hydrogen cyanide, and different poisons.
We've noticed the changes in our careers to where it's very important that homeowners prepare ahead of time for when the worst thing that could happen. Because these fires,
There's no careless disposal of smoking objects like cigarettes, candles, stuff like that. No overloading electrical outlets, making sure they have smoke detectors in place that are checked monthly with the batteries replaced annually.
And you need to work with your family and your loved ones to have a plan. If that worst case scenario happens where you have a fire in your house, what are you going to do? It's very important to be prepared ahead of time, to know how you're going to get out of the house, know how to check the door, see if it's hot, crawl out, because the lower you are, the cleaner the air is going to be, because heat and with fire, the smoke rises. So you want to stay as low as possible, and then you want to get outside of the house and go to a meeting place so you know where everybody's going to be, and once you're out, you stay out, and then you call 911.
To protect your personal belongings, we recommend that you store passports, birth certificates, put them in a plastic Ziploc bag, and then put them in a fireproof safe. It's a tedious process, but there are online resources. You can do your own homework. You can check with your insurance company, because just like we see here, things are not going to always survive a fire, and so you can only cover so many bases.
Customer needs. And so we focus exclusively on doing market research, understanding the market, taking that data, and then formulating a perfect product market fit. I knew about LaunchPoint previously, back when it was out by Gateway. I was working out of my house at the time and needed some quieter space to work. Came down here and talked with the folks here, and seemed like a great fit. So I've been here almost a year now. Yeah, it's been really good. It's a great, affordable, quiet, clean, fast internet location to work and get our job done. And it's been great. So we've been able to expand over the last year. So we have 3 full-time employees instead of 1 now, and hope to continue that trend.
morning. And I'm anxious for people in Mesa to take advantage of all the really cool stuff that goes on in Mesa. So we're going to start this hashtag, Why I Live in Mesa. For example, the great bike trails, bike lanes that we have in the city. This whole mountain coming back up is what bikers refer to as King Kong, because it is one big monster. Here's my almost vintage bike right now. I'm thinking about trading in my my tri-bike for a mountain bike. Tell me what I need if I were to switch to a mountain bike, so that I can, instead of riding this, I can ride that. My latest piece of equipment, and I love them, are these Beats wireless earphones. So you need these. If you guys are going to the gym, you see everybody walking around with these. They're great because they're wireless. And I'll put up my playlist for your enjoyment or criticism. So, hashtag, this is why I live in Mesa, Arizona. Early on, did a lot of community outreach to find out what is the best and highest use for this money. And along with food insecurity, which I think we dealt with in a very good way, economic insecurity was a big concern by people in Mesa, particularly small business owners.
We don't know that we'd still be open without it, to be perfectly honest.
To have something like this and to invest back into that, I mean, I promise you this investment in Sassy's will help City of Mesa down the road as much as it helped us, maybe even more.
Well, and it trickles, so it helped us to pay other things, so it helped us with our rent and our utility bills, to where then we could focus on, you know, what we needed to do to make sure that our employees are paid.
It was really stressful because our money was depleting, and we didn't know how we were going to pay the rent and keep going, and we didn't know when we would be able to open again. So the Mesa Cares Act was like a godsend for us. I mean, just to say it paid our rent for 3 months, it was such a relief for us.
We're staying open. We're staying open. We're gonna make it.
We are stunned, you know, and relieved. We were so relieved. It provided us with a lot of cushion. We were under a lot of stress. You know, this is our income. This is our life.
Small local businesses are really the backbone of our community. We've got some great, world-class employers and businesses.
That might not be a lot, but to us that was critical because, like I said, we were able to apply those other funds to help, keep my employees going.
I'm just anxious to get everything open back up, but we also have to be safe. So whenever the city feels it's safe to open up, in the meantime, I appreciate the help that they gave us. I thank them for it because we survived.
Thought the technical assistant was really great, and the classes, I can't say enough about how beneficial they are to us as business owners. Are just these little things that we don't know that really help build our business and put it to the next level.
So I think whatever your business is, I would encourage you to look into the technical assistance program through the city. I'm really confident that there's probably things there that you could benefit from that are going to make your business sustainable long after the pandemic is over.
And seeing that Mesa, the city of Mesa, is willing to provide the assistance to small businesses, I believe that it's what is going to keep the city and businesses that want to stay here in Mesa.
Yeah.
Mesa is committed in providing new ways for safe, reliable natural gas to our utility customers. One safety feature you can request is an excess flow valve. It's a mechanical safety device designed to automatically close and restrict the flow of natural gas if the service line breaks or is severely damaged. Stopping the flow of gas from a broken service line significantly reduces the risk for personal injury and property damage. For more information, including installation costs, visit mesaaz.gov/energy.
So, are you ready?
Wait, let's back up a minute. Not that far. Back to a time when the city wanted to grow social media. They needed new ideas, so I thought, let's start a vlog. But not everybody knew what that was.
What is a blog?
Basically, we would make videos, put them on YouTube, and ask for suggestions. It was that simple. Or was it? The beginning was a little rough. But we kept at it. People started watching. Kids started watching.
On the vlog, guys.
And then people started suggesting ideas. So we did them. And the crazy thing is, our numbers started growing. They started growing because it's loose. It's raw. It's real.
Decided to partner with local Mesa restaurants, and we're here today delivering food from that to all of the emergency workers who are helping support people in our community.
We're using our restaurants here in downtown Mesa to provide those meals. We are using Mesa Care's staff to deliver those meals today, and I'm sure they'll be very pleased with today's menu.
We look forward to keep on this good work going on, feeding hospital staff, feeding retirement centers, and moving, ensuring that folks have a good, healthy meal during these times.
There's 6 different restaurants that are delivering food to this hospital today, and it's being very much appreciated and very well received by the nurses and doctors, folks that are working here and providing.
It's easy. You can donate through your utility bill by simply rounding the total to the next dollar. This can be a monthly donation through your bill, or you can always give a one-time donation, even if you don't live in Mesa. ABC provides shelter, meals, and other services to Mesa children and families in need. If you only give once, monthly, next time, please consider ABC a better community.
I am co-founder and chief advisor for Mesa Training and Advisory. I have been doing brand development and marketing, digital marketing, integrated graphical basis, and then what it does is it provides me the opportunity to grow without having to worry, quite frankly, about huge overhead. And then the second thing is that I get to